Okay, welcome back, everybody. Little sip of coffee. Beautiful. So thank you so much once again for participating. Let's dive straight in. So this video, I'll just share my screen. One sec. There we go. So on this video, what we'll do is we'll talk about the top 5 insights we learned from the research I talked to before. So just remembering, on the research front, we talked to 25 nationalities, collected videos from each person answering a series of questions. And we did it on video so that we got all of the sort of meaning behind what they were trying to explain rather than tick box survey. And then took the time to follow up with nearly everybody, didn't quite get everyone, and did a one-to-one session with them afterwards, showing them different concepts and solutions to get their feedback on that, how it related to the thoughts they gave us initially on the video. Fascinating session. So in this call, I'll give you the top 5 insights. And in the next video, I'll share with you the top 5 habits of the most successful people out of that group. But in this video, let's focus on the 5 insights, the things we learned that were surprising or a little bit different. So first one, number 1, juggling the calendar and the to-do list. So it turns out most people run 2, some run 3 calendars. So they mostly have a work calendar and a personal calendar. And then some folks have a family or some sort of shared calendar or shared work calendar as well. So you're juggling that, and then you're also trying to figure out what you want to do each day. And both things are changing. And there's no tech that folks in that audience anyway have found that works for them across both in the way that they like to work. So that's an interesting observation. To-do list changing, calendar changing, and mentally you're trying to make the 2 work together. Second observation, nearly every single person, so I think 23 out of 25 in that group, out of those nationalities, so there's more people than that, love using pen and paper, love to start the day with pen and paper, write things down, and also love crossing things off, particularly the high performers. So team leaders, operational folks are really good at what they're doing, and fast track executives on those fast track programs. I notice all of them talk to this concept, and entrepreneurs as well, crossing things off, the satisfaction of getting things done, which draws them to pen and paper. But the other interesting thing is, whilst the high performers plan their day in the morning or the night before with pen and paper, they get mobile during the day and become mobile reliant during the day. So I think that's a point that'll become very important later. Surprised me with COVID. I kind of work from home and have no longer been traveling really with COVID. But Australia, UK, US, most of Europe, folks are traveling back into meetings, business as usual, more so than I thought, and therefore becoming really reliant on the mobile during the day. Observation number 3, or insight number 3, nearly for everyone, the day does not go as planned. And this is worse for mid-level managers, team leaders, time-critical type roles, less so for R&D, entrepreneurs, investors, right? That category seem to have more control of their time. But for most people, they make a plan and then it doesn't go to plan. And the reasons are per the screen there, right? So mostly it's interruptions and urgent things popping up, caused by your boss or difficult customers or something just going wrong during the day. And then some folks talk to underestimating. So they sort of plan too many things in the day. And not many had procrastination, but there was a few folks who sort of think, well, you know, they plan the day and they just don't get motivated during the day to do all of it that they wrote down in the morning. And then there's this other insight, how different roles need a different allowance per day. Now, this actually goes back to time management theory 101, right? So if you're in HR, for example, you might need 2-3 hours a day for things that you just can't plan for. So people coming into your office needing help, executives wanting advice. So things that you just need to be available in that sort of role. Once again, my sort of work, product development, R&D, I've probably got 30 minutes a day where I'm getting interrupted and I need to just make an allowance for that every day in my planning. But for most people, it's probably more like 1 hour to 3 hours. You need to learn that. So it was an interesting insight as a reason folks don't quite go to plan on their day. The other one, which I found fascinating, everyone's got their own way of ordering the day. We kind of broke it down into these groupings. So by ordering the day, I mean, what order are you going to do what things? So profile A, really focus, and a lot of people are in this category. I'll just get back to everyone that needs me to get back to them in the morning, first thing, so they can keep moving with what they need to do. And this was across all industries, even investment banking, everything. So that was a key point for many people. And then you've got folks like me who are like, well, my best creative work's in the morning. I don't want to look at email or be interrupted. I'm just going to lock myself away, preferably to 11. And then I won't look at email or to-dos or anything operational until then. I just want the best part of the day doing the hardest work or the most creative work. And then there's other folks who, regardless of the dependencies on profile A of other people, they just need to clear the desk and clear everything before they can work on anything deeper. And you might have also heard of this concept of deep versus shallow work, which we'll talk about later during the concept design phase, I think. So yeah, get the quick things out of the way, to-dos, clear my desk, and now I can focus on something that's deeper and more challenging or more creative for me to work on. And we had, I think 1 or 2 people also needed to eat before they could do that. So they also would make sure the deep work follows a nice meal. I like to sleep after a nice meal, but for some people, it's like fuel to get into something more interesting after lunch. And then what was this one? Oh yeah, so there are one profile, including someone close to me and successful entrepreneur for sure. And there's a few people who just do it clinically by, right, I must do these things, so I'll do them first. And then the rest of the day, I'll structure it around on priorities. And of course, best practice, estimating how long each thing's going to take. So they were the sort of 4 profiles. I'll be really keen to hear whether you fit one of these, if you can write back in the comments, or how you like to order your day, because I think this is actually fundamental to getting our product solution right, is how you order the day and how you like to do it, being able to cater for that. Of course, as we mature and with AI, we'll be able to create these profiles and learn which one folks are, even if they don't realize it, or if they think they're one and they're really another, we'll be able to actually adapt the tech to that. But in the beginning, I think what we'll do is put you in full control for the reason that everyone's a little bit different and it's unique. Lastly, I thought I was at the front of the curve on this and tried to invest in Calendly actually when it launched, but private company couldn't get into it. But they just took the market, and since then, I think there's another 8, but these are the main ones, automated booking engines. So if you're not onto it, I think you should be. Surprised me how many of the folks in the research are already doing this. And some people I thought were a little bit tech laggard, well into this and have been doing it for years, like over a year, 2 years, like incredible. So that's where you create links for people to book your time. So I have 10, 20, 30, 45-minute links. You give the link out to folks. You still control your calendar, but then they just book you and you remove all of this back and forth, right? Are you available? Well, I was, but when you asked me and you took a while to confirm and now I'm no longer, and all that mess, right? So it's all automated. So yeah, it just surprised me how folks realize, well, there's no good filling my calendar up with tasks anymore, because then these booking engines no longer work. And then I get caught into having to deal with juggling time or free up time. So insight number 5 is the trend to keep your calendar empty, put your to-do somewhere else, and then try and make those things work together. Again, along with ordering, I think this is a key part of the solution. So it'd be great to hear where you're at on that front, and which points I just went through that you relate to, what you think I missed. And yeah, please fire away, right? This early shaping and these insights are fundamental. On the next video, I'll share the successful habits, the top 5 successful habits we observed from that audience. And because in each of those countries, I know a lot of these people personally or got to know them deeper through the interview process, then you get a gauge for how successful they are. So we're able to map successful habits to folks that are really high performing and at the top of their game. So we'll share that on the next video. Again, the whole intention here is if you can share back in the comments and feedback, as much insight as you can, and then it's a two-way street, and we'll be sharing everything we're finding and learning along the way. And I had a lot of people who participated in the videos around the world saying, oh man, this would be great if I could watch all the other videos. And of course, I didn't set it up like that in the beginning, because I wanted people to be really open and honest and they were highly self-critical. It was amazing. And deep insights I gained just from people that I've known for a long time in some cases, and just discovered things I didn't know. So obviously that was the nature of the research, so we can't share it. But what I can do by doing these videos and breaking it down, share all of the learning, so everyone who participated plus a wider audience get the benefit. And all I ask in return is if you can help us with your thinking and ideas, it'd be fantastic. And we'll learn more and we'll share it as we go. Okay, see you on the next video. Thank you so much.